Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here, because it's cool, and it leads to a better life. Believe it or not, it's been almost 100 years since this world was introduced to a little something known as animation and animated films. And of course, if you were able to go back in time, you would definitely realize that there was one company that pretty much held the reins supreme in the world of animation, and that of course was the Walt Disney Company. From the very first animated film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, to some of the greatest movies that saved it from bankruptcy, such as The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, and The Lion King, to the wonder that is John Lasseter and the world of Pixar, even when things were looking bleak, movies like The Land Before Time, and American Tail, and Rock-a-Doodle couldn't even hold a candle to the world and the name of Disney. Flash forward to when the new millennium had finally gotten here, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere in 2001, comes the greatest fairy tale never told from a company called DreamWorks. And from that film, we were introduced to a famous green ogre, and a hysterical talking donkey, and a princess. And the rest is animation film history. Of course, I am talking about the DreamWorks animated film, Shrek. Shrek was a movie that I have to tell you, when I first saw a teaser poster for it in late 2000, and I took a look at what the name of the movie was, and who was in this movie, I basically said, and this is not a lie, meh, I'll see. Then the trailer comes out, and I take a look at what this movie truly looked like it was going to become, and I said, I have to see this movie. Shrek is without a doubt a landmark in the world of animation, because not only is it a fantastic, well-written, well-executed story, as well as a ton of Disney bashing in that movie, but what it did was it opened the floodgates and proved that Disney is no longer supreme. You had film companies like Fox Blue Sky and Nickelodeon and Sony Pictures after that movie of Shrek, bringing us a barrage of brand new films and brand new characters, and characters based on children's stories finally coming to the big screen without the hands of Disney putting the pen to paper. Shrek on himself, of course, is a great movie. The story is fantastic, it's hysterical from beginning to end, the voice cast is phenomenal. Mike Myers, I know that they said that Chris Farley was someone that could have been the voice of Shrek, but I feel that if it wasn't Mike Myers, it just wouldn't have become what it is today. Eddie Murphy, say what you want about him, he doesn't need to do another live-action movie for the rest of his life because of all the great things that he has done for Shrek as Donkey. Cameron Diaz, who I'm not a big fan of, is great as Princess Fiona. And after the first story, which pretty much introduces the characters of Shrek and Donkey and the princess, you have a whole bunch of inside jokes, a whole bunch of hysterical fairy tale spoofs and Disney spoofs, like you'll definitely notice the characters in there and the Disney lines and the Disney moments. Without spoiling anything, my favorite is definitely the exploding singing bird. After Shrek, of course, what do you get? You have 3 sequels and a spin-off from Shrek. So, all I can say is that this movie truly set the bar as to what animation in the world of CGI and animation in general was to become. And it definitely proved itself later on in 2002, when the very first Oscar for Best Animated Feature was announced to be presented at the Oscars, and it was Shrek against Disney Pixar's Monsters Incorporated, and Shrek won. So as far as I'm concerned, I am by no means a Disney hater. I love Disney films. I have said in many reviews I've done before that my favorite Disney film of all time is Fantasia, but Shrek is definitely one of my favorite animated movies. It's such a great, enjoyable movie. If you have never seen it, first of all, shame on you. So go definitely find a copy and see it. And it's definitely given me a more open mind to all the animation that has come after it, because DreamWorks has definitely given me some great films. I still have to tell you that if I were to compare Pixar to DreamWorks, while DreamWorks has given me such great movies like How to Train Your Dragon and Puss in Boots and Megamind, etc., it still doesn't compare because every single Pixar film has been a winner to me. But DreamWorks is still great. So see Shrek, guys. So my verdict on Shrek, of course, is 4 out of 4. And that's it, guys. Comment, like, and subscribe. And the question that I want to leave with you today is a very interesting one. Unlike Pixar, with DreamWorks, you don't have to wait a year for the next film. You'll get somewhere between 2 to 3, maybe even 4 DreamWorks CGI films a year. So, at the end of this year, we're going to be getting Rise of the Guardians, starring Hugh Jackman, Ilsa Fisher, Jude Law, and Alec Baldwin. But next year, you're going to get The Croods with John Cusack, Turbo with Ryan Reynolds, and Ty Burrell is going to be the voice of everyone's favorite time-traveling pooch in Peabody and Sherman. Which of those 4 DreamWorks animated films do you want to see the most? I am the Lawn Gnome, and remember that actions speak louder than words.